and smell, this wasp is feasting on the pollen within, but will unwittingly spread it to other flowers, speeding up the plant's reproduction. The plants that have evolved this feature are beginning to flourish and soon will dominate the flora of the world. The next day, the weather starts to improve. The Ornithochirus waits impatiently in his cave and busies himself with grooming. He is plagued by biting parasites that tap into the blood vessels on his wing membrane. If he is to find a mate, he must be in prime condition. He has to keep the parasites in check. In the morning air, smaller reptiles are now out on the wing. But the Ornithochirus is so large, he must wait until the heat of the day creates warm updrafts of air strong enough to lift him. But time is short. His body is already showing the first signs of readiness for mating. Faint colors have started to bloom on his beak's display crest. At last he can resume his epic journey. For thousands of kilometers, he follows the coast of North America. Like all giant pterosaurs, he uses his enormous wings to ride on the warm air currents that rise over land. His whole body weighs less than 100 kilograms. And this helps him glide effortlessly over huge distances. But soon he must face open water. This is the young Atlantic. It is still only 300 kilometers wide. To reach the other side, he will need all his gliding skills to exploit the air currents that form over waves. Along the way, he must feed. But flying low brings its dangers. Hungry monsters watch him from below the waves. An entire day on the wing, and he has arrived on the most western of Europe's islands. Once again, the landscape is dominated by a huge herd of iguanodon. This time, though, it is a larger European species, up to 3 tons apiece. These animals are again accompanied by a spiky polacanthus. These armored herbivores are often found around iguanodon herds, presumably for mutual protection. There is safety in numbers. They are being watched by a pack of carnivorous utahraptors. For the moment, they are biding their time. Meanwhile, another conflict is looming. A small pterosaur fishes the clear waters of the lake. Its success has not gone unnoticed by Ornithochirus. giant turns bully. Under cover of the pencil pines, a female Utahraptor has been stalking. Her chosen prey are the iguanodon. Somewhere close by are the rest of the pack. With lethal claws, this 5-meter killer is well armed, and long fingers help her to latch on to swift-moving, larger prey. Raptors have the short legs of a sprinter and do not pursue their prey for long. This one saves her energy for later. Eventually, the herbivores lose their nervousness and they start to move on. As the iguanodon file down to a lake to drink, a polacanthus lags behind to gorge on conifers and becomes separated from the herd. The Utahraptors soon reappear, tails held rigid for balance. But the polacanthus displays his formidable defenses. For a predator, there are far easier meals nearby. The whole herd has reached the lakeside. In the background, the Ornithocheirus sits safe on his rock. The raptors are closing in. The iguanodon sense the threat and start to get nervous. After one unsuccessful attack, the raptors are being more cautious, and it is paying off. They are within striking distance. This is the first kill the pack have made for over a week. They will eat as much as 100 kilograms each in one sitting,